Well, it's no surprise to you that I think that the need for Christian universities is as great as it has ever been. And based upon my previous work as professor of Baptist belief and theology, one of the things my research indicated is that one of the most unique and influential, consequential things that Baptist churches do is to band together. And historically, we have done that to create and support an entity that we call a Baptist university. The mission of a Christian university is eternally consequential in the preparation of young men and young women to live for and to serve God. As you know, the years of 18 to 22 are the most formative period of a person's life. This is the time when identities, beliefs, convictions, passions, hopes, and aspirations are formed, when life view and worldviews of an individual are formed, when lives are launched out into the world to do whatever it is the life is called by God to do. I believe that God calls His people, His church, to develop ministries, to develop structures that intentionally and strategically form and prepare our young men and women for a life of love for and service to God. I believe the Christian university is unique in its ability to engage with students, that a Baptist university is used by God to help shape the heart, mind, soul, and body of a student to have a Christ-centered purpose for a meaningful life and relevant service to God in our world. This is why I believe in the mission of the Christian university. I believe our world is in desperate need of the type of people that are transformed by the vision and mission of a Christian university, a place like Williams Baptist University. 52% of students that do not attend a Christ-centered college will experience a decline in religious values, attitudes, and behaviors during college. More than 52% of incoming freshmen who identify themselves as born again upon entering a public university will no longer identify themselves as born again 4 years later. And yet, we as Christians, we as Baptists, continue to send our sons and our daughters to public secular institutions of higher education where, for 4 years or longer, they will be immersed in and influenced by a worldview that is opposed and hostile to the faith in which they were raised and nurtured. These students walk out the doors of our homes, walk out the doors of our churches, they walk into the secular academy, and then when their studies are concluded, they keep walking. And they walk away from the faith once delivered to them, many never to return. This is not the way it's supposed to be. We at Williams define the mission of a Christian higher educational institution as a do not be conformed, but be transformed type of mission. That's the way we look at this. We do not simply give an education, although we do. And we do not simply graduate our students, although we do. Schools like Williams and our sister school, Ouachita, we don't just graduate, we mobilize students. We mobilize our students for gospel good and kingdom influence, and we send them out to be salt and light. That's why I believe in Christian higher education, and that's why I believe God has called me to be a part of a great legacy, a great institution, a great university known as Williams Baptist University. We do what we do in a non-conforming, mind-renewing way. Our convictions shape our mission, and they're different than other things. We have a Christ-centered conviction, a Bible-based conviction, a gospel-driven conviction, a kingdom-focused vision. That's what we are about. We prepare them to launch lives with a Christ-centered purpose to live in a particular place where God places them, with a particular platform. We send them out to be salt and light. So when a Williams man shows up, when a Williams woman shows up, if there's something evil there, because our graduate is there, I want the evil thing to die. And when a Williams man shows up or a Williams woman shows up, I want God to use them in such a way that He sends them into dark places and they become the light of that place. And when a Williams man shows up, when a Williams woman shows up, if there is something retarding and decay, I want them to be salt and to bring not just flavor, but life to death. That God uses our graduates this way. I want you to see what we do is a part of what you do. I want you to understand that the essence of a Baptist university is simply an extension of the local church, and we are with you in making disciples. We make no sense in having an existence apart from you. Our existence flows from you, and we exist to partner with you, to support you. And you send us your students, we'll educate them, we'll equip them, we'll help them with you launch a life, and we'll send them back to you better equipped to serve in your church for the glory of God and the good of the gospel. We want you to see us this way. So send us your students. I promise you we'll take care of them. We will honor that sacred trust. We will nurture their faith. We will partner with you in strengthening that faith. God will use us to help grow that faith. And we will send them out to launch a life. And as wonderful and as glorious as our days have been, the best is yet to come. And we want you to be a part of the Williams Baptist University journey.